welcome or welcome back to my channel. I do hope y'all keeping it cool, kind, and classy tonight. And we're doing a pretty deep reading. A pretty deep, serious reading, if you will. It's gonna get heavy in here, y'all. And that's all I know. That's all I know. Just gonna try to really flow with the energy instead of trying to strictly read it. I really want to understand and envelop myself within it. Because if I'm gonna just sit here and force, then I really don't think that I'm gonna get the reading that I'm going for tonight. So this has got to come from the most vulnerable place that I am able to associate with within myself. And the tricky part about tarot is that you can only read to the highest of your mental capacity. So I've been learning how to really come into touch with the deepest parts of myself. And that has really accentuated my capability of reading. Hey, welcome in, y'all. It's gonna get so crazy tonight. It's gonna be so crazy tonight. It is after Friday the 13th energy, and this is like the energy of bringing your suitcase into your dream home and having to unpack it, but with that, having to also simultaneously unpack all of the trauma that has built from your past. And I mean, my audience has not heard a variation of my readings necessarily that have been to an extensive emotional aspect. Because I put a lot out about the vulnerability for sure, but I do struggle speaking on genuinely being vulnerable and actually embodying it to a T. I struggle with that. Yeah, wherever you may be unpacking, y'all. Wherever you may be unpacking, that you intend to actually stay for a while, because this is actually about synchronicity. This is about synchronicity to an extent of a new consciousness. To a new consciousness, y'all. It is getting heavy, okay? It is getting heavy. I'm seeing some good signs in the cards. I'm seeing some good signs in the cards. I am seeing a lack of confidence in the cards. Hey, Eric. I am seeing a lack of confidence in the cards, however, continuously. So I'm going to just take that card out. I am seeing a continuous lack of confidence. So I might be a bit laggy because I have not touched on energy this heavy since I was in, see, this is the issue, because since I was in the most negative environment I have known in my life, I have not touched on this energy. When I first started this channel, it was pretty heavy energy, and then I kind of just tried to, relax. I tried to relax and really let it level itself out. And now I'm at a point where I have to face it. I have to face it. There's no other option. So it's just something that I have to ease into. I gotta ease into it. Uncomfortable uncomfortable as it is, I just gotta go and I gotta do it, okay? So, oh, ooh. I don't know, y'all. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I do know that it's gonna be heavy. That's all I know. And it is something that I have, not done in a long time. Not that I'm rusty. I just don't want to. Okay. So basically what I'm getting here is this continuous lack of confidence, right? So that's just blatant. A continuous lack of confidence. But you are already in a new era, right? You are already, and Eric, especially for you, I mean, this is coming from a new dimension, essentially. You are in a new dimension, but you legitimately do not see your abilities. You do not see everything that you have walked away from. Ooh, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this, but I know it's time. I got so mad. I feel the need to say this. I got so mad at my ex for being not vulnerable, and look at me. I'm struggling to be vulnerable. It's crazy because you literally go for so much of your life thinking, you're doing you think you're doing a great job, and you are doing a great job, but it is that sense of not being able to see your gifts. Like, it's just like you don't want them. You feel like you have everything that you need. You feel that you already have everything that you need. But not only are you not receiving your gifts, you're not receiving your internal worth. You're not receiving your internal worth. So this is everything that is reflecting on your external. This is everything that's been reflecting on your external. This is so hard to talk about, y'all. Because you get to a point in your life where you're happy, where you are emotionally, and then, there's just something within yourself that you're not happy with. There's just something that's not working. That there's something that keeps bringing you back to an initial area. And this is not just in correlation to the lack of confidence. This is a veil that you've been wearing for years throughout your life. And because of this, you've been wearing it into your present as well. You're currently wearing this in your present. And it's crazy because you've loosened the knots of this veil. You're loosening it, but you don't want to take it off fully because of the fact, oh man, this is the hardest reading I've done in a very long time. I was dreading this reading for about half an hour before I did it because I just knew that it was going to be uprooting a lot of internal conflict, and internal beliefs. So this legitimately is coming from a past of neglect, I'm hearing. Neglect. So this is a neglect that stems from your external and your internal simultaneously. And that is, to put in lamest terms, the reason that you don't want to approach it. Because to approach everything that you have experienced in your life and allow it to crumble, and then look at the way that people have reacted to you allowing yourself abundance, it puts you in a mindset of wanting to hold this abundance confidence within yourself for eternity. So then, this is so hard. This is so hard for me. So it's basically just this feeling of staying to yourself. Simply, and I gotta repeat this for the people in the back, I'm shaking. Simply because you essentially don't want to truly feel what you have been through up to this point. Truly. And I'm speaking on terms of the essence that you carry has already experienced so much trauma that to uproot this trauma from your past is bearing a heaviness that you do not know within yourself if you can hold. So it comes back to that confidence aspect. It comes back to not thinking that you're capable of holding it. And it's not that you don't want to go through it and carry it and work hard in order to receive what is on the other side of you bearing your worth and your gifts. Confirmation, sorry you guys. I'm just a messenger. So to truly fall in to everything that you are is the hardest part here. Because you know what is on the opposing side of that spectrum of falling into everything that you are. You know exactly who is there waiting for you, is basically what I'm saying. I'm trying to get better lighting here. Now, I don't be having the best lighting. I don't be having the best setup. I don't be having the best resources. But to work with what I got to get where I need to go is the point here. That's the point here. And I'm going to take this reading as slow as I need to. As slow as I need to. Because at the end of the day, this is my energy. This is my energy, and if I need to take it slow, I'm gonna. Because that's what I need. It's important. It's important. And I feel that some of this collective is readers themselves. So it's like this energy of trying to compensate where you lack. And like, I feel that is a part of not wanting to come into your full synchronicity. Because you know internally that you lack something. You know that there's something that you're missing. So, to fully approach that viewpoint, to fully approach yourself within that, to fully come face to face with yourself and say, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. That's the hardest part, because I feel that this is a collective who has always known what to do. Who has always known what to do. who has kind of always known within themselves that they're going to receive something beautiful. Eventually. But now that you're actually on the cusp of receiving this thing, now that you're actually on the cusp of receiving this thing, you are prolonging and procrastinating against it because you know deep down that it's going to be the opposite of everything you have ever experienced in your life. And everything that you have ever experienced came from a viewpoint of, a logical mindset. And because of this, it essentially has diverged, if you will. It has decreased your essence. It has watered your essence down. It's watered your essence down to a point of being rebellious against the system, being rebellious against the confirmation, being rebellious against everything that you've ever been taught, but simultaneously thinking that that's all that you can do. Simultaneously thinking that that's as high as you can get. Is to rebel, but receive nothing and live on the outskirts of civilization, is essentially exactly what collective has gotten to a point to. So this kind of made you feel stripped of your own self. This made you feel stripped of your power. This made you feel stripped of everything that you knew was for you. So you have this, I want to say had. You had a wall. You had a wall that was built on coming out of giving everything that you've had to other people. You had a wall and a structure that was built on these 2 cups behind you. You took these 2 cups and you said, well, I can make something with this. I don't know what this something is, but I can do something with this. So you essentially have built your life on this something. On these 2 out of 5 cups, you have built your power. You have built the perspective of yourself. You have built your inner worth. You have built the way that you look at yourself and your ability to reach prosperity. And this has, in turn, made you very strong. This has, in turn, made you emotionally intelligent. And the ability that you have to communicate, right? The ability that you've built on the outskirts of civilization due to being exiled has made you feel like you only have yourself. It's made you feel like you only had yourself. So you were thrown into a position that you had to take your power back because you would not survive without this, would not succeed within your mind without this. So what's my point? Well, my point is basically that you are currently waiting. You are currently waiting for this reward. You're waiting for this reward. You're waiting for universe to essentially turn within your favor regarding the Wheel of Fortune and say, here you go. But what you're missing, hi y'all, welcome in. What you're missing within this is the fact that you are already giving yourself everything that you need, but you are disregarding it. Because people have always passed your abilities off. People have always passed your magic off, and your beauty off, and your genuinity and authenticity off, as if it wasn't magical. As if you were not always consistently striving to get outside of a rock in a hard place. So that is the direct correlation between your past and this current energy, because you are trying to strive to get out of whatever negative environment you may be currently in right now, whether this is mental or physical or relationship-wise. But you feel internally that spending so much of your life striving to get out of negative environments has essentially been normal. It put you in this mindset of survival is normal. And I just have to get used to it. Survival is just something that I'm going to have to learn to live with. But the truth is that to go on and move outside of the idea of what your environment needs to be, to move on outside of the opposing idea of everything that your environment has been up to this point, is to allow the old version of yourself to die. And within this old version of yourself dying, it is picking up a new idea of what your worth actually stems from, because I feel that this collective especially receives so much pride from building on their intuitive abilities. Because to do so, you know deep down that that's not normal. You know deep down that other people do not do this every day. You know that your peers and your support group and the family that you have grown with does not do this every day. People don't live on their heart these days, y'all. So to actually do this, you know that it's an amazing, magical thing that you have slowly built the ability to do so over the years. But at the same time, you know you're intelligent, right? You know that you have the ability to work so hard and to do everything that you need to do to get where you need to go. And you've essentially normalized this hard work within yourself. You have normalized it to the point that you don't see anything outside of that hard work. You don't see anything outside of the options that you have regarding, either going back or hoarding everything that you are for yourself. So because of this, it's like you've had to learn how to balance. You've had to learn how to balance yourself. And if you still talk to your family, you've had to learn how to balance your family, yourself, your framework, your stability, your base, your schooling, your job, your car, your this, your that, your relationship, everything. And because of this, it is building this version of self that is prideful off of this work. So it's like you have, in a sense, been putting your future, and this is not the only reason that you've been putting your future off, but to put your future off because you know you're good at what you do. You know you're good at working hard. You know you're good at doing everything that you have to do to get where you need to go. But you don't really know how to do anything outside of that. You don't know how to be happy. You don't know how to be comfortable. You don't know how to be loved. And that is the hardest part. You don't know how to be reciprocated. So it's just this energy of continuously allowing your environment to reflect everything that you've known, to reflect only the balance that you are capable of carrying within yourself, and you do not expect anything else outside of this, because you simply just don't know anything outside of this. I feel that this is a collective that has been exiled from civilization, confirmation, and you've been living in the woods, maybe physically, maybe actually, realistically. But for some, figuratively, you have just been living in the woods, living in the dark, living by yourself, living alone, doing your own thing. But you don't know how to actually be comfortable with instability. You don't know how to actually sit in a house and be comfortable. You don't know how to be comfortable within yourself in order to establish the abundance that you need, again, within yourself, and allow this old version of yourself to die simultaneously. You don't know how to do this because all you know is survival. All you know is what you've learned. And once again, this is where that confidence has stemmed from. But this has never been a confidence that was actually built on what you are. This has never come from what you are. And what you are is the universe. What you are is everything that it has to offer. So how could you be any less? How could you be any less than the universe when you are but a fraction of it? That doesn't make any sense. So basically, to actually synchronize with everything that you are and to become what you need. To become what you need is going to bring in the future that you are looking for. It's going to bring in the future that you are looking towards. So you've been spending all of this time with your blinders on, and you've just been saying, well, if I work really hard, if I do this thing, if I am that, if I am this, and this is the conditional love that you have been taught that is stemming from your childhood. So this is directly infiltrating into your present, if not your future as well. This is infiltrating into everything that you know. Hey, Big Three, what's up? How you doing? I'm good. I'm chilling. But to carry this burden, this is nothing but a burden. To carry the perspective that you need to work extremely hard to receive. To work extremely hard to receive. Because this is something that the connections that you have experienced in the past have reflected. But they've only caused a version of yourself that is out of synchronization. And to let go of this perspective, to let go of everything that you know, to let go of everything that you were taught, is not letting go of yourself. So I think that collective is weighed down with the burden of thinking that letting go of everything that we have known in the past, letting go of everything that we have built ourselves on from the past to now, is an idea that we will be letting go of ourselves and giving up on ourselves and doing ourselves an injustice and essentially committing blasphemy within our own self. But it was a lie. It was a lie. And see, this is the thing that people want you to think about yourself. People want you to take this perspective that you have learned from your past and essentially reflect it and continuously reflect this back into yourself. Therefore, creating a version of yourself that is out of alignment with everything that you are capable of. So, to reverse this is to collect your justice. To reverse this is to collect your balance. But you are currently stuck in the cycle of thinking that to love is to lose. So it's so hard for this collective to love, because it's just this idea that loving is always going to be in direct correlation to losing. But the universe wants to give you everything that you need. The universe wants to give you everything that you need. And that's Okay, this card wants to come out. The universe wants to give you everything that you need, and in turn wants you to sit with yourself and see everything that you have done up to this point. Because the way that you are currently viewing yourself is simply out of alignment. And to be out of alignment is to put off everything that you are capable of becoming. Everything that you are capable of becoming already is. You just have to claim it. You just have to become it. You just have to accept it. And to accept that and to become that is to end this cycle, to end this generational curse, to be this curse breaker. And because of this ability to be this curse breaker, the universe truly wants to throw you a party. It wants to throw you a beautiful party. But you simply, I'm just continuously getting that you are not seeing everything that you have done up to this point, and you are not seeing, you are not allowing the truth to illuminate. So, it truly just comes back to the position that you are in mentally, because you are continuously thinking that love is going to correlate to the way that you have been loved in the past by your family, by neglectful exes, by sometimes even yourself, to yourself. But to fully synchronize with the fact that you are continuously doing everything that you can for yourself is to take your power back. Because in the current mindset that you are displaying within yourself is one that is prolonging the idea that you are not good enough. It's like you have the vision. It's like you have the vision, but you are not actually capable of, and not that you're not capable, but just in this mindset that you are currently in, you do not know how to make it move. You don't know how to make it move because you are just so accustomed to everything that you have learned regarding connection in the past. So once again, it has truly made you not only commit to isolation within yourself, but to continuously think that you are the only love that you are going to receive. But to allow external love in that is not coming from yourself, to allow external love to come in that is not directly stemming from everything that you are continuously building within yourself is going to, this is interesting, is going to eradicate this past heartbreak. Because as soon as you let this right person in, it's going to contribute to everything that you already are. So it's like you're telling yourself that you're incapable of bringing anything to the table, essentially. And you're viewing the world like this. You're viewing the world as if you have to lock yourself away and work really hard all the time to achieve anything. But when it actually comes to you receiving what you are capable of achieving, that is where you are out of balance. And this throws you back into the mindset of lack. This throws you back into the mindset of incapability and trying to receive your worth from external things. And back into a mindset of black and white, back into a mindset of conformation. Like, so you can rebel, but internally conform simultaneously. Because if you don't see what you're worth, then you already are at risk to be miserable. So that's that's kind of the message, y'all. Just, the way you see yourself. The way you see yourself is the only thing that is stopping you currently from receiving your future. That's it. So, as soon as you look to the world with what you are actually capable of bringing to it, instead of what you have lost, then you're automatically going to balance yourself out and receive everything that is for you. And that is it. That is the story, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all be kind to each other out there, okay? And y'all, for certainly, be kind to yourself.